Oh, hi, didn't see you there. Enjoying this wonderful pizza from Slice on Broadway, the people in Pittsburgh that provide good pizza to podcasters.
It's as easy as 1, 2, line. This week on Boss Battle. Welcome everybody to Boss Battle number 132, a show in which the writers of InsertCoinToBegin.com get together and talk about video games. I'm your host, Bobby F. J-Town, but before we get to the infotainment and general frivolity of this podcast, let's find out what everybody achieved this week. Chachi, how about you? What did you achieve?
I beat Assassin's Creed Rogue. I'm about 50% of the way through the rest of the game. I have 65 characters in Crossy Road.
65, wow.
Yeah, 65 out of 70. So I have 2 more that I can win in the slot machine and 3 that I have to... they're secret characters that you have to know how to unlock.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get any of the secret characters yet.
So those are doing well. Then I got some really interesting... they look minimalistic indie style games that I'll be talking about in future Mobile Mondays. None of which are Supercard.
Aww.
I need to find a game FAQs for Crossy Road.
What?
So,
There is.
Is there really?
Sure there
my
is.
God.
Yeah.
I'm going to go unlock those characters tonight. All right. Sorg, what'd you achieve this week?
So I booted up my Xbox and got the tray
Right.
pried open so I could play some X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is an amazingly violent game, and I love it. Which was perfectly paired with some fine wine and watching Kingsman in the theater. Yes, lots of severed limbs. What else? Bulletstorm also kind of is up on that line. I'm trying to clear through some stuff, Bobby, so I can play, as I think we'll talk about a little bit later, some of these new games with gold that are out this month. Mortal Kombat, and I'm really kind of into jumping into that because I love the style. That the last one, like 9, just Mortal Kombat, which was, I think, the perfect representation of that game at this point.
Yeah, I love that game.
It was kind of like I picked up one of the last Mortal Kombat games on the PlayStation 2 because it was like, this is it. This is the best game on this generation of Mortal Kombat. We're set. and then well, that was PlayStation 2, and now I have the one for the Xbox, and we're good to go. And I'm really just like, it's always a surprise because I'll delete a game where I'm like, I'm not into that, and then 3 more downloaded. I'm like, I don't remember buying that on gold. Okay, it's like I'm not playing a lot of online games, but paying for that game, the live, is more than paying for itself at $40-$50 a year with all the games that they've given you for free. Like
Xbox One, like we're going to talk about later, Xbox One just gave away a $39.99 retail game.
Right. I mean,
for free.
Why wouldn't you at this point, right? I mean, that you can just like get a console, pay X, and have games is just absolutely tremendous. Anyways, enough. You, Bobby?
All right, from the chat, Brother Sorg said he played Max Payne 3, which he finally got working recently. Last year's Gauntlet reboot and Unreal Tournament pre-alpha was released today, free to everyone. PC gaming tip: if you're having problems making a game go full screen, close your desktop remote software, log me in, or TeamWeaver. So, good tip there. I don't know how to PC.
Yeah, Matt, let me know what you think of that Max Payne 3. I loved it. I bought the track from the last level because I loved it so much on iTunes.
Okay. And this week I achieved, I played some Diablo 3 on Xbox One this weekend. Picked right back up where I left off, found the graveyard I was looking for. I'm at the very beginning of the game still. It's a blast so far. I like it. I couldn't play the game on PC because my PC is terrible and does not cooperate with games. So therefore, I think the only thing it can play is Peggle at this point.
Can you play Braid at least? Yeah. Can you play like Braid and Limbo at least?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Peggle runs at a smooth 2 frames per second.
Oh no.
No, I don't know. I haven't really tried anything.
Slow
lately.
motion unicorn.
Yeah, the Ode to Joy is like, but I digress. All right, Chachi, you want to take us around the net?
It's now time for video game themed things from around the internet.
Net.
One runner-up this week. The Impact boot from Portal is close to being a real thing. Inco Shoe Company made a shoe that has adjustable shock absorbers.
What?
It's not a new thing. It was an Indiegogo middle last year that met its goal. So, I mean, it's going to be a real thing. But yeah, it's a low top version of the boots from Portal.
Will it make me jump hard?
No.
Damn it.
So you can check out their preview video over at insertcointobein.com. And into the peanut butter of this Reese's of a post, PressTheButtons.com got their hands on the 1993 design manual for Nintendo, and it is broken down to exact details. Such stuff as Yoshi must always face to the left, never to the right.
Okay.
Which was later, I think they got that backwards. Because in Super Mario World, he faces completely to the right.
Yeah.
And he can face left. So originally it was to
that would have been awkward when they were going backwards and stuff.
Right. And it lays out exactly what Pantone shades make up every bit of every character. So the link's over there. I came across this weird ass trailer by Tale of Tales. It's for a game called Sunset.
Not to be confused with Telltale Games.
Right. In which you play a housekeeper.
Housekeeping?
It's a war game where you don't play the soldier, essentially. You play the housekeeper of someone involved in the war. I imagine... What's that?
Because that makes sense.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to have a deep-ass story to it. But I don't know. So you can check out the preview. It's just weird as hell.
I want the housekeeper to become Rambo.
And last but not least, YouTube channel. Let me get the name. Versiris has done animated Pokedex, in which it has a animated. This one is 1 minute and 41 seconds long video detailing the history or the story behind the Pokemons. The cool thing about it is it's basically voiced by Gladys.
That's cool.
Portal. It's the same style voice, so you can listen to her talk about Pokemon number 104, Cubone.
Will GLaDOS make me jump higher?
No.
Damn it.
Which I think they picked the perfect one to start off with, because Cubone has a twisted-ass backstory.
Yeah, he does.
If you're unaware.
Yeah, he does.
For Sorg, specifically, this Pokemon wears its mother's skull.
Holy crap.
Basically, the mother dies while giving birth to this Pokemon, and it's so sad and lost because of this that it will only wear its mother's skull.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's so dark and twisted. Like, kids must not read this, or else parents would probably be flipping out.
I want there to be a thing on our show now that, like, when something like that happens, like, we have a drum roll and it just goes Japan.
But
Japan.
Like I said, they picked the perfect one to start with, because I mean that backstory is just dark, and it's the type of thing that GLaDOS would be really, really good at telling. So, and that's all I have for you this week. in video game things.
No, I sneezed.
I saw. I was like, oh man, it's gonna get really loud, and then you hit the mute button. I'm like, go, Bobby. Before we move on, a couple things that I want to cover.
Okay.
One thing almost made this week's internet post because it was extremely fucked up.
All right.
All right. So on Steam, there's an interactive story called Pregnancy, in which you go through the turmoil behind an underage teenager who was raped.
Whoa.
What the hell?
At what point do we draw the line for these video games?
I was going to do the drum roll in Japan until you said that last part.
Right. But, I mean, and I'm just like, you know what, even for the discussion, I don't feel right putting this in.
Yeah, that's not...
And I'm like, how do you get away with such a thing? Like, that is just beyond fucked up.
Unless they're bringing, putting it to the forefront as, like, a... Not shock value, but just, like, a learning experience, maybe.
Well, it says that you play the girl's, like, subconscious and help her deal with the situation. But I'm like, no, this is not the right way to help someone deal with the situation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they meant well. Like,
yeah, no. I'm sorry. There's a line. There's a line. Even in video games, there's a line. And second thing is, I started playing Minecraft.
Mm-hmm. I fell asleep playing Minecraft once.
I played it at Chachi Plays, and I dissed it the entire time. And I'm like, you know what? Let's get it. I'm going to play this game. I've never felt dumber playing a video game. Like, the first hour, I spent dying and starting over.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is hard. I'm like, this game doesn't ever seem this hard. I don't know. I'm kind of addicted now, though. I hollowed out the inside of Mountain, so I made like a supervillain lair for myself now. It has a door and windows.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah. So
can I ask this question? Because I've been considering this. Because I don't think I want to dedicate to getting like the Xbox version or anything like that. Is it enough? Do you think it's enough for me to kind of toy around with to pay the like $6-7 to get like an iPhone version, iPad version, and just kind of play with that?
If only to make yourself humble.
What? Okay,
like,
Iron Sheik.
Oh, somewhat in the same vein as why I have Goat Simulator on my phone.
But I mean, it's just one of those games that'll really put yourself in perspective, put gaming in perspective for you.
Really?
Because I'm an above average gamer.
Okay.
Okay. Is that a fair enough assessment?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd say that.
You put your time in.
I can pick up a game. I can figure it out. I can beat it.
Right. Mm-hmm. You're not falling in the hole over and over again unless it's Dark Souls.
Right. With Minecraft, I seriously, it felt like I had just picked up video games for the first time.
This is the point where Matt, my brother, is laughing at us all.
Yeah, it is. And I'm completely okay with that. But it got to the point. It got to the point where I'm just like, you know, this is not good. Like, I am not skilled at all at this. I'm like, this is hard. So, I mean, if only to put in perspective that there's a game out there that you're not going to be good at, pick it up. $7, do it. I honestly think you should drop the $20 for the Xbox version because I don't know how good it is going to be on.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I can put it. Maybe if I find it on sale or something, maybe I'll snag it.
Right, and I mean, it's not a big game. It's like 166 meg.
Yeah. They don't have a lot of graphics. There's not a lot of textures in there or anything, right?
Right.
So I actually downloaded the Skyrim version of it, which was I played it like twice.
I mean, I keep going back to it. It's not a bad game, despite previous comments and thoughts, but it will really, really make you rethink how good you are at video games.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, our first story this week on things you should be made aware of. You guys like Minecraft, or that's the thing. You guys like Warcraft, right? World of Warcraft.
I do. I'm not allowed to play it, but I like it.
All right. Can't afford the monthly subscription?
Nope.
Blizzard has a solution for you then. Players can now convert their gold in the game into playtime.
Oh, no.
This will work via the WoW token system. Players can purchase tokens in the auction house and redeem them for 1 month at a time. For $1 million.
Oh, jeez.
Players will also now be able to buy gold with real money, which is easier than buying gold from third parties, which people were doing in the past, and it was leading to players getting their accounts compromised. Because I guess people would transfer the gold and take advantage of the person that was transferring the gold. So, what do you guys think of that? You think this is a good idea for people to help their World of Warcraft addictions?
It helps nobody but Blizzard in the long run. Although, I mean, I thought I heard something about them going freemium. So really, I'm already playing, but now I can convert that stuff up to. That's interesting. Because where does Blizzard make their money? Or they're just saying, I keep you playing, you're going to pay anyways. At this point, we give you a little bit of a
break. Blizzard has stated that they are not running away from the month-to-month model.
Oh, okay.
They are just giving another option.
You can earn your
because
30 days now.
Like Sorg said, the first thing everyone thought was that they were going from the pay-to-play, going away from the pay-to-play model, but they're not.
If it works for them, it works for them. I mean, why change a good thing when they've had it for 10 years now? Almost not 10 years, but however long it's been.
It's been a while.
Even longer than that. I mean, as any other, as I'm sure it's something like EverQuest has been, but anything else been around that long, right? So
hard to see anything else being around that long. All right. Another thing we talked about earlier was Xbox 360 owners can now rejoice. You can reserve your copy of Games with Gold Xbox One titles on the 360. This month's free Xbox One game is Rayman Legends, which I talked about. It's a $39.99 game regularly in the Xbox Live Marketplace. And you can go to the menu and get the game on 360 for Xbox One. You can reserve it basically. This is the first month they're actually trying this. Previously you would have to go to the Xbox Live website to get games for the Xbox One if you had a 360. Now it's going to be a lot easier. You can just do it right from your console, and you can just reserve.
I don't know if easier is the term, because I've been doing that, which means hopefully if I did this right, I'm going to have a buttload of games waiting for me when I do someday finally get an Xbox One, which gives me another reason not to buy a PlayStation 4, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. That's another smart thing by Xbox. Here.
Right. I'm stacking up these games that they've had, and I'm like, oh, what did I purchase over the last 3 years before I got an Xbox One, right? Or whatever the case may be. Anything where you say, well, it's easier now because you can do it in the Xbox 360 interface. Yeah, no. It's the worst interface. I'd rather go to the website and deal with that. I can't believe how much they have not cleaned up. The thing I worry about, and I always have to think twice when I delete a game, is oh no, I can delete a game, I can always re-download it. And I don't know, maybe you guys have the answer for me somewhere, but where do I go to find what I have downloaded in the past so I can re-download it? Is there a place? Is there a purchase screen
I think you have to search through until you find it.
If you find it, it'll say download again. I understand that. But I feel like there should be something a little bit cleaner. I go to my iPhone and there's purchased, and there's all the apps that I purchased, and I can go through that list, right? It feels like it should be easier because there's no way I have that many games. So, although I have played over 100 games as I was going through my list on my achievements, on my Xbox account. So,
I broke 15,000 achievement points this week.
Nice.
Wow. Nice. I don't even know how many I have.
I'm sure mine is pitiful. I actually have the badge over on my Sorgatron.com. I should change that since I'm actually kind of doing something with that site now. But and I'm also sad because apparently all of my friends that are still online have Xbox Ones, and I can't see what they're playing.
Really?
Yeah,
You can't see what?
it just shows that you're on Xbox One, and it doesn't show a game or anything.
Oh, wow. I
I'm
didn't
at
know
an
that.
amazing Chachi. I'm at an amazing 7,563.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Don't
yeah.
ask me. I think mine's around like 11,000, something like that.
I'm almost made half of your points. Almost.
I felt like my speedometer rolled over, really. Like, I was sitting at like 14,900 and something,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh man, by the time I beat Assassin's Creed, I'm going to be over 15,000. And I completely meant to send out a tweet when it happened and forgot. So.
Oh.
You weren't paying
The
attention.
moment
It's
was
like missing
gone.
100,000 miles on.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's why I'm just like, oh, I forgot to. Oh man. So I could still say I broke 15,000, but it's not the same as like tweeting when
Look
it
at
happened.
it happening.
Insert coin to begin does not recommend looking down while driving at your speedometer.
That's true. Do not do that.
Nope.
All right. Guys, Clayfighters is coming back. In pod
Yay!
form. No, wait, PC form, not pod form.
What?
Interplay announced that the developer Drip Drop Games will bring the franchise
That's the
back.
best name.
Drip Drop Games, yes. They're going to bring the game back with new mechanics such as double jumps, counters, air dashes, and reversals, and get this, a Claytality finishing move, much like the fatalities in Mortal Kombat.
This is back in the day. This is when we had Mortal Kombat where it was real actors digitized, right?
Mhm.
That was our next step in realism in video games. This was, we took clay and made real characters, and it was a little easier to position them properly too, right? Super Nintendo, Genesis, like it was an awesome outside the box game in that genre, and I love to see that they're bringing that back.
I always loved the design of the characters, like Bad Mr. Frosty and all them. But they said expect familiar characters such as Bad Mr. Frosty, Blue Suede Goo, Earthworm Jim, got a shout out here.
Nice.
Hoppy, Booger Man, and he was also another character from another game, and Tiny is part of the 20-plus character roster. I just hope that the Claytalities somehow involve a Play-Doh Fun Factory.
That would be amazing.
If only they got the sponsorship, right?
Yeah, I don't think they would be able to do that.
No, probably not. Probably not, to be honest.
All right. Whoa, there's a dog.
Hello.
Our next story is today a video was leaked by
nice.
IGN's Italian site. The state of the game Metal Gear Solid 5 is coming out on September 1st. Hideo Kojima appeared in the leaked video, and it was supposed to be announced on March 4th at 9 a.m. at a press conference. But instead, the video was leaked, and they confirmed it today that it is in fact coming out on September 1st. Kojima also said in the video that they are putting the finishing touches on the game, and that Snake is more of a silent protagonist this game. Although he's now voiced by Kiefer Sutherland. It also sadly appears that this is going to be the last Metal Gear game that Kojima himself is going to have a hand in, which is sad, but I think he said that before, that he was going to not do any more Metal Gear games, and here it is, Metal Gear Solid 5. Maybe somebody else will take over the franchise, I hope. I'm a big fan of Metal Gear games. Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. What do you guys think of this? Also, that it's going head-to-head on September 1st with Mad Max. So that should be a good battle between those two games. What do you guys think of the leaked announcement? Are you excited for Metal Gear Solid 5? Are you guys
I'm excited for any
Gear?
progression of Metal Gear Solid. I'm woefully behind, unfortunately.
Me too. I didn't play 4 much.
3. But no, yeah. Well, the PlayStation's been kind of a hang up there a little bit with getting at least the newest ones. But man, I've been loving the Metal Gear Touch that I had from like ages ago. But no, I love that it keeps going. It keeps getting bigger. When's there a Metal Gear movie coming? You know,
I don't know. They should do that. Kiefer Sutherland could play Snake.
There you go.
I'm glad that this one is going to be for all the systems. Like it's Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, all the major systems, not Wii U, I don't think. But it's good to see that they're broadening their horizons instead of just being on one system like the Metal Gear Solid 4 was. And it's an open world game, so that's going to be cool too. I'm excited for it.
Awesome. Yeah, certainly.
Right, Sorg, you want to tell us about some tasty treats that come from a local
tasty
pizzeria
supporting some Pittsburgh podcasting with pizza? Oh yeah, Slice on Broadway. You know it. You love it. You wish you lived in Pittsburgh. If you don't, right here in the South Hills, right along the tracks in Beachview, PA. Not Beachview, PA. Beachview is the neighborhood in Pittsburgh, PA. That's the way you do it. And also Main Street down in Carnegie, PA as well. Bobby, you need to get down here and have some of this pizza. Check it out.
I do.
You need to travel in here. Get on the train. Well, get on an Amtrak train, I guess. But get in here.
I have a car.
You do have a car. Get in at Bobby. Get some pizza. Hurry up. I think they close at 10 or 11.
I can't make it. I'm not going to make it tonight.
Drive fast. Drive fast for that pizza. We got some right here.
Wouldn't it be amazing if I just left the podcast?
Excuse me. And then we just pick up the podcast when you get here later. Chachi's gone, but you're eating pizza on the couch. Yep, that's how much people are digging this. We're still bugging them for that drone pizza delivery thing. I mean, they're outside of the box. They're making stuff from scratch. They have an abnormal obsession with pizza. They're perfectionists, stubborn. I love we're in the fight. We're stubborn. We're uncompromising. Pizza. Have it, I mean, like half of the things I just said are actual things on their website. But go check them out, sliceonbroadway.com, PGH_slice on Twitter, and they're also on Facebook, Instagram. Let them know that you heard about them on Boss Battle. Bobby?
All right. That brings us to our final battle. It's about Valve, so buckle up. A lot of people were expecting Valve to have a major press conference today at 3 o'clock. If you're paying attention to this particular date, it's March 3rd, which is the third month. It's the 3rd, 2015, or 3/3/15. Sergey Migdalitsky, that name, some Russian name, an engineer at Valve, is holding a GDC presentation on physics optimization strategies for game programmers today at 3 o'clock. I guess that was held. We don't know at press time what they announced today, but I don't think Half-Life 3, Portal 3, or Left 4 Dead 3, or Left 3 Dead was announced. But the topics of the presentation ranged from numerical integration, contact manifolds, destruction, solvers, networking, and optimization. Valve did announce, though, that they are partnering with HTC to deliver a VR headset called Vive to consumers before the end of the year. The Vive will pair with something called the Steam VR Base Station, which lets users walk around a virtual space instead of using a controller. A pair of base can track your physical location in spaces up to 15 by 15 feet. That's what HTC said in their announcement about it. Jeff Gaddis of HTC said the Vive will be so light you can wear it for a long time without feeling weighted down, which is kind of cool as far as like VR headsets go because they look kind of heavy on your face. And it'll be available with wireless controllers that enable hand tracking for playing games and manipulating virtual objects. This brings us to our final round question. Are you guys tired of Gabe Newells' inability to count to 3?
At this point,
what the hell?
Absolutely not. I love it. Because the first thing everyone assumed when they saw that they were having a press conference on 3-3 is that there is the third in a series is being announced.
What if they just skip Half-Life 3 and just go straight to 4?
That would be amazing. At this point, Gabe is the greatest troll on the internet.
But is he a troll, or is everybody trolling themselves at this point?
I just don't think he cares at this point.
Right. I think he purposely did schedule a press conference for today.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't really a press conference.
With everyone at this point.
It was just a presentation.
I think they came up with they needed to announce something, and they're like, all right, pick a day, and Gabe's like, the 3rd.
Three. I don't care the date.
People.
I don't care the date, just as long as there's a 3 in it.
Yeah, it's just like, you know what? Can we wait till March?
When's GDC? Oh, it's March 3rd.
Can we wait until March to announce this?
Sounds like a good time to
33 days. Is there a month with 33 days? No. Oh. Can we make a month with 33 days?
We're gonna wait till March 3rd of 2033.
Right. But like, I seriously think that at some point, he's gonna be like, all right, so I'm retiring, but here's what I need you guys to do. From now on, whenever you have to announce something, do it on March 3rd. Doesn't matter the year.
And watch the internet implode.
Yeah, I know Riz was tweeting about this like all last night and all today.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was expecting them to announce that or not.
I feel
Probably
bad.
not.
I feel bad for the like.
Yeah,
I'm not.
he was probably joking about
I like
it.
Half-Life, but I'm not into it enough to be like Half-Life 3 has to happen. Oh my god! Like I love the game, but I'm not clamoring for a third one. You know, I mean, 1 and 2 were so different from each other. It's a life changing as far as the game engine and the mechanics. Yes, but still, it's not like hit me my Half-Life 3. It is, but. Man, I feel sorry for. I think Riz is in this boat. I feel sorry for the people that are just like reading the tea leaves and trying to decipher all this stuff that isn't even. It's a VR headset. Oh my god! It kind of looks like the face thing from Half-Life 2 that the aliens wore. It looks like bug eyes, and you fought a bug that jumped out of the sand at you in Half-Life 2. It's a sign.
They should have made it look like Gordon Freeman's glasses. That's how light it was.
All of the sensors.
We have some breaking news in the chat room.
All of the sensors on the front of the HTC Vive are divisible by 3.
We have some breaking news in the chat room. Riz posted an image of Gabe Newell holding up 3 fingers, and it says, "Has science gone too far?"
But it's this one.
Image real or fake?
And it's this one, and he's really flipping you off.
Oh my!
No, seriously though. No, I'm not tired of VR because someone's got to get it right eventually.
I talked about this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're going in this direction. It's gonna happen no matter what.
And it's cool that they said it's going to be available by the end of the year. And It's going to be light enough where you're not going to be bogged down with like your face flying into the ground.
You know, I think this is interesting because I don't know. Well, it said end of the year. I thought that was developer version, right?
No, they said they're going to get it out to the public.
Oh, it is going to be public. Okay,
Yeah.
That's right. Developers like in a couple months.
Yep.
So this is going to be readily available. You're going to have the HoloLens by the end of the year, readily available. I don't know what the window is for Oculus. Oculus feels like it's just in this perpetual development phase.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's actually going to get out there. But they have Facebook money behind them, so maybe they'll push it out before the end of the year. It's early in the year to make that decision, right?
Maybe at E3 they'll pull a Dreamcast and say it's available today.
Dreamcast did that?
Nobody.
You mean like an Apple? Could be an Apple.
No, that was Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn did that. Wow.
Yeah, Sega Saturn did that. They were like, it's available today. And everybody was like, we don't have the money for it yet. Nobody bought it.
I don't got $400 for a glorified CD player. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's wow. Valve.
All right. That being said, that's going to do it for us this week. Special thanks to Mike Allen at Mike Allen PR for handling the notes and tweets for us all night. You can follow us on Twitter at InsertCoinTV. You can visit us at InsertCoinToBegin.com. There's new articles going up daily, and you can join us live each and every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock on live.sorgatronmedia.com. We have a new chat room on the side. I did discover that today.
Point them in the right direction, Bobby.
Yeah. For at Sorgatron, at Chachi says, I'm no longer at Rhonda FJ Town. I'm at Bobby FJ Town. Game over.
Game over, yeah!
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. Do you like professional wrestling? Want your discussions no holds barred? check out WrestlingMayhemShow.com for all the wrestling podcast flavor you can handle.